like today, the environment that we have, you have to have this $1 million idea. You have to have this sexy energy transition startup to get funding. And I don't want to be a CEO. I don't want, 20 people on my payroll or 20,000 people on my payroll that I'm responsible for. I want work-life balance. I want to be able to solve problems and not be driven by profits. Like there's a problem. People are not carbon literate because there's no one incentivized to teach them. So I want to solve that problem. But how can I do that in a way in our modern society with inflation? And, hummus in Canada is $8.99 a tub. So my barrier is I came from the world of tech where, I was like, oh, $18.99, sure, I don't know, whatever. So now how do I sustain my living and, be able to do the things that I want to and have choices while solving a problem and not necessarily being driven by profits. And with Women in Climate, it's both a opportunity and a challenge because we're an entirely volunteer-run organization. So I don't take salary. My co-founder, Stephanie Carbley, doesn't take a salary. But God, we spend a lot of time on it, right? We're not properly compensated by the standards of the business world today. But we're compensated in other ways, right? There's so much just satisfaction from the work that we do. And that's why we do it, because it brings us joy. We can see the impact. We feel like we're able to, pitch into this movement. And although it's a barrier, we still enjoy the work.
We have most of the tech providers and solution providers, such as this company, who can, help companies figure out what are the areas and the pressure points and how can we create better systemic changes in business models. We have a lot of the innovation. I mean, we can change, we know the impact of each and every fiber. It's still not changed.
Yeah.
I mean, if we look at the volumes of cotton, which is about 30% of the industry, we're still at less than 2% organic cotton, less than 2% recycled cotton. We have something called BSI, so Better Cotton Initiative, which is about 20%, but it's not that good, and it's not good enough. We still have 60% of the volumes from fossil fuel-based, so polyesters and nylon, and the growth trajectory on the industry is still, steep high. In 2019, the growth trajectory was 81% in volume towards 2030. And we had a little break, of course, during COVID, but we're picking it back up. So systemically, we haven't changed.
I think the biggest hurdle is often ourselves. And I say that because there have been so many women and men before us who have cleared a lot of big barriers for us. But I definitely didn't think I had a place in the sustainability discussion in the outdoor industry. I definitely didn't think I would ever get a job at Apple. After applying, I completely thought I failed that interview. And I definitely didn't think that I had the chops to hang with the engineering guys. I'm not a material science background. I'm not an engineer. And so sort of overcoming imposter syndrome day after day after day. And I think that, so at the end of the day, yes, there's a lot of system challenges here. Yes, there is a lot that we still need to overcome, but we have the privilege of sitting in different seats than those who were here before us. And I think in many ways, we just sort of have to challenge ourselves and get really uncomfortable about maybe I can do more. And so that's what it is today. And I humbly understand that is not the case for so many people, but it is the experience that I'm having.